How do Google Ads work for high-ticket dropshipping, and why are they so incredibly powerful for the business model? I realized I've never made a video about this before for YouTube, although I have a ton of step-by-step content of how to actually set up your Google Ads specifically for your high-ticket dropshipping business in my online course. Link is in the description below, and I also offer my own Google Ads services. Link is in the description below. But I just wanted to give kind of a high-level overview of how Google Ads actually work and why they're so important for the business model of high-ticket dropshipping. So let's step out from like a 10,000-foot view. How do you get traffic to your high-ticket dropshipping store? How do you get traffic to your website? Well, there's really two ways. There's unpaid traffic or organic, and then there's paid traffic, which is traffic that you pay for through advertising online. So quick note on organic traffic, this is an excellent route if you do not necessarily want or need to see revenue immediately. The SEO or search engine optimization play is very much a long-term play. And there are people out there that are a lot better at SEO than I am. I know enough to be dangerous, and I teach the basics throughout my course. Although in my course 2.0, I actually have a partner with 20 years of experience in SEO making that portion of it. But that's neither here nor there. The SEO play or strictly just going for organic, let's say you're someone that doesn't need immediate results. Maybe you don't have a huge budget. Maybe this is just kind of a side gig. You already have a full-time job or a part-time job. You have a source of income, and you just want to dabble in high-ticket drop shipping and see what happens over the next however many, 6 to 12 months, let's call it. And so, excuse me, let me silence notification here. So that's something that's really powerful because obviously you're not paying for your traffic. Your traffic is free, but the challenge with SEO is it takes a long time to actually see results from it, and you don't know if what you actually put in as far as your SEO efforts actually worked until farther down the road. So that's it on SEO. Let's talk about paid traffic, which is what this is about. And this is what I have always focused on with high-ticket dropshipping, because I don't think I'm alone in this. When I got into high-ticket dropshipping, I wanted to do this model because it has the potential for basically immediate results. And so the way that Google Ads works at a very high level is if someone types in, they're searching for a product online. Let's just use TVs. I'm going to search for TVs on Google. I'm going to type in TVs for sale, Samsung TVs for sale, TCL TVs for sale. And when I press enter, there's going to be a search result with a bunch of advertisements at the top. They're all going to have like a little picture of the product, the price, it might say free shipping on it. It'll say the business that it's coming from. Each one of those is called a shopping ad. Those at the very top are called shopping ads. And I would say when it comes to paid traffic on Google, that is where about 90% of your revenue is going to come from, assuming you're running both shopping and search ads. That's at least my experience with it. And so why this is so powerful is because you are essentially placing your advertisements that you're paying for in front of people that are specifically searching for what you are selling. So let's compare it to Instagram or Meta advertising or TikTok advertising. Those companies have really powerful algorithms, and they gather so much data from different users, and they can culminate a really powerful algorithm for their experience. And so like my algorithm right now is filled with a bunch of baby stuff, but it's also filled with like different golf apparel. It recognizes my interests, but none of the advertisements I see are necessarily something that I am right now in the market to buy. They might be tempting, but let's say I'm trying to sell a $1,500 water pump on Instagram. How often is that advertisement going to pop up in front of somebody that is actively like shopping for a $1,500 water pump? Or better yet, how often is that advertisement going to entice them to buy a $1,500 water pump? It's just not. So where you want to advertise that product is where people are specifically searching for it. And so going back to shopping ads, again, they show up at the top. And that's again where the biggest bulk of where paid traffic is going to come from, and I would say the biggest bulk of revenue is going to come from. Now, inside of Google Ads, not to get too into the weeds here because I want to keep it high level, there are really two things that you're doing to control how your ads operate. The first is negative keyword filtering, and the second is bidding on your ads. So let's start with bidding. Bidding means I'm going to bid or tell Google I'm willing to pay this much when a user clicks on my ad. This can be anywhere from a penny all the way up to, I've seen companies spend $50 per click, which is ridiculous in my opinion. But clicks can get expensive, and especially when you're selling high ticket items. So you want to be careful about how much you're bidding because you don't want to spend all of your budget on just a few clicks, but you also don't want to spend too little on your bids because the less you spend, the less of a chance you're going to have to show up higher on the Google Ads results. Basically, the higher you bid, the more Google favors your ad, although there's other things that go into it. But that's one of the big ones, is how much you're bidding on your clicks. Then let's talk about negative keywords. So the way that negative keywords works within Google Ads is you're basically telling them, I do not want to show up for any time this particular keyword is typed into Google. So for example, I'll use water pumps. It's always my go-to example. I'm selling a water pump. I want to show up when someone types in 1 horsepower water pump for sale. I would love to show up for that. That is a very high converting keyword. What's not a high converting keyword is 1 horsepower pump for sale Lowe's, 1 horsepower pump for sale Home Depot. I'm not Lowe's or Home Depot, and when they type that specifically in, or let's say Amazon, for example, I already know that that's not a sale I'm going to get. That's not a customer that I'm going to get, 9 times out of 10, because they're specifically searching for the business that they want to buy it from. So in that case, I would simply take the word Home Depot, I would take the word Lowe's, I would take the word Amazon, and I would put those as negative keywords in my Google Ads account. And I'm telling Google, I do not want to show it for these keywords ever. And so going forward, when someone types in Lowe's water pump or any variation of it, I will not be showing up for it. So the more you do that over time, the more you are telling Google, you're narrowing down what it is specifically that you want to be showing up for. And that's how you optimize things over time. There's a lot more to it. There's different filtering and segmenting techniques. I'm not even going to get into search ads in this particular video just because it's kind of tough to demonstrate without actually showing you on a screen what I'm talking about. But from a very high level, that's how Google Ads work for high ticket dropshipping specifically. Again, you are competing with other businesses to place your products in front of people that are specifically typing them in on Google to buy them. And then from there, I've always said there are really 3 variables that you have to get right, or at least somewhat correct, each of them, to be successful in this business. The first is your niche, the second is Google Ads, the third is your website. And if you get all 3 of those things at least decent, there's a really high chance that you're going to make a lot of money with high ticket dropshipping. And so I'll end with just plugging my program. I've put a lot of work into it over the years. Like I said, I'm currently building the second version of my high ticket dropshipping course. But if you buy the original version, which I built about a couple of years ago now, a lot of the content, almost all of it, is still very up to date as far as the principles of how the model works. If you buy it now, you will be automatically grandfathered into the second version of the course, which will come out about a month from now. Today is December 30th when I'm filming this, 2024. And the new version of the course is going to be quite a bit more expensive. It's going to be including a lot of AI-driven stuff. It's going to include a big SEO portion. It's going to include a portion on how to sell your business if you ever want to do that. So there's a lot of really cool stuff that's going to come along with the new version of the program. So if you want to spend way less for it and get automatically grandfathered in, I would say buy the current course now. If you're interested in my Google Ads service, I would check out the link in my description below for that as well. But I hope that's helpful. Maybe I'll make another more in-depth video on Google Ads sometime in the future, but let me know in the comments what else you guys want to learn about. I love talking about this stuff. I've done this for 5 years now. It's connected me with a lot of really cool people all over the world that I never would have met otherwise. So anyway, I'll cut that video off here. Again, shoot me an email if you have questions, comment, like, subscribe, all the good stuff, and we'll see you next time.